So today, we will work on the HTML and CSS. First, open index.html and remove the code we added in the previous session. Instead, add a div with the class Password Generator. For the title, I will use s2 tag and write Password Generator. We will then add this input and the icon. So add another div with the class Input Box. Inside, add input with the type text and ID password. For the icon, I will add them in button. I will also add the ID copy. For the icon, open new tab, search Font Awesome, open the first link, click icon and search copy. Choose the icon, copy the HTML and paste them inside the body. If you check the preview, you should see input and the icon. Now let's add this button. So I will use button with ID generate button and the text will be generate password. Check the preview. And now we can see title, input, icon and a button. The HTML is complete. Now it's time to work on the CSS. So open style.css, remove this h1 and instead add the asterisk and add margin 0, padding 0 and box sizing border box. Now let's add this background and a padding in the body. So first let's apply the background and add the padding 7%. Check the preview and you can see background and a padding has been applied. Now let's skip this entire div at the middle, add some background, border radius and so on. So let me copy the class name Password Generator. To keep them at the center, add margin 0 auto, add the white background, add border radius 10 pixel, add maximum width of 500 px, and finally add the padding 20 pixel at the top, 40 pixel left and right, and 40 pixel at the bottom. Once done, check the preview and this time it is looking much better. Now let's style this heading. So in the s2 tag, I will apply the font size of 30 pixel, margin bottom 40 pixel, padding bottom 20 pixel. Now let's apply this border bottom. So if I apply something like this, then because of the padding in the parent div, you can see some gap over here. To fix them, we will use border as a background in before pseudo element. So add the empty content, add the background, height 1 pixel. We then need to apply position absolute, and the value of left and right should be minus 40 pixel. The position of bottom should be 0. Whenever we use position absolute, in the parent we need to add position relative. So you can remove the border bottom and add position relative. If you check the preview, it is looking much better. Now let's style this input box. So copy the class name and the border, add the padding 15 pixel, margin bottom 30 pixel, border radius 10 pixel. Now we can remove the border of this input. So in the input, add border 0. Let's also apply some font. The font size is 24 pixel, 1.6 is a line height, and the font family is Roboto. Then apply 100% weight. Now we need to style this icon. It is a button. So in this button, first I want to remove the background, and I also want to remove the border. Now increase the size of the icon, so apply font size 30 pixel. Now for the position, I will use position absolute. The value of right is 20 pixel, the value of top 50%, and to keep them vertically at the middle, I will use transform, translate y minus 50%. Finally, I want to use cursor pointer. Again, when you use position absolute, we need to use position relative at the parent. If the content is very long, you can see it is overlapping the icon. So in the input, I will apply padding right 50 pixel. Also, I want to remove this outline. So you can use the focus state, and here you can use outline none. Finally, let's style this button. So use ID generate button, and here you can apply the background, remove the border, add border radius 10 pixel, width 100%, apply white color, add padding 15 pixel. We also need to choose the font. So I will apply the font size 22 pixel, line height 1.6, and font family Roboto. Finally, I want to add cursor pointer, and I also want to add the hover effect. So in hover, I will just use opacity 0.7. Let's also add the transition in the parent. So I will add transition, opacity 0.3 second, linear. If you check the preview, you can see the hover state has been added. Also, if you compare it with the design, it is now looking exactly the same. Great. This is the end of this session. In the next session, we will work on the JavaScript. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel to get more videos in the future. Thank you and see you soon.